Alright, good morning. Welcome to my channel. This isn't about my normal content, although I haven't posted in a really long time. But I felt I wanted to do this because it was very interesting. What we have here on this table is charcoals. Now, just recently, for the 4th of July, I saw a post about different types of charcoal, and I know about the typical Kingsford here, and then I myself prefer stubs, and then you have your lump charcoal. But then there was a post saying that, oh hey, there's also coconut shell charcoal. And I was like, what the heck is coconut shell charcoal? So I got on a mission. It was a very interesting mission. By the way, before I go any further, let me just apologize for the quality of this video. I am shooting with my cell phone, so if the quality of it doesn't come out, I apologize. Please don't start flaming in the comments. I'd appreciate it. So yeah, I went on a mission looking for coconut shell charcoal, and it was a little bit of a very hard find that I had to do. So, but what we have here is I'm going to do a burn test to see how these four, the reason why I have two coconut shell charcoals is because for some reason there are many different shapes of coconut shell charcoal. There's cubes, there's pentagon shape, there's hexagon shapes, there's cylindrical shape. This one right here, the cocoa barbecue, is the cylindrical, and they all have the center, whereas this is in your typical standard briquette form. This cocoa barbecue I was able to order from Walmart's website. You cannot pick it up in store unless you happen to be in that area, but I wasn't able to pick it up in store. I had to order it. It was about $15.99ish. Whereas this bag here, I weirdly enough was able to purchase from Bed Bath & Beyond, and I got a pretty good deal on it. Now, I do actually have others coming for my grill, but they're coming straight from Thailand. Finally found a seller in Thailand, and they're on Amazon. If you want, I'll put that information in the description. But I'm going to move forward. What we're going to do here is I'm going to set up. I cleaned off a little bit of an area. I apologize that, you know, this is the coals you see down there from a previous, you know, barbecue this previous weekend, and I would clean it out fully. However, the grating on the bottom is falling apart. So rather than trying to mess with cleaning that all back and then trying to find something to put down as a base, I just pushed everything back as far as I could. I only need a small area to burn the few that I'm going to do, and I'm going to try my best to see how this eco-friendly, let me give you a little bit of a background on the coconut shell charcoal. So the coconut shell charcoal is supposed to be 100% all natural from ground up coconut shells, no trees, water, and I've seen about 3 different types of binders that they use for this particular charcoal, but it's supposed to burn longer. It's supposed to burn with the intense heat of lump charcoal, but with the long-lasting staying power of a Kingsford or Stubbs barbecue. So we're going to see, and so that I don't, I have my tumbleweed fire starters here. I prefer this. This has probably been one of the best fire starters that I've used amongst all others. Unfortunately, you used to be able to pick it up in Lowe's, but I had to order this from Amazon it's about $12, but it lasted me a really long time as far as, you know, my barbecues and everything go. But I'm going to pause this video, or I'll just edit it, and I'm going to get set up, and I will see you guys back in a little bit. Alright, so I got everything pretty much set up here. I guess I've pretty much figured I can show you guys this so that you guys will. So here what I'm having is I'm going to lay them in a particular order, and I'm going to take me a piece of the coconut shell briquettes. I'm going to try to, I don't know if you can see this, but doesn't look too bad. And I'm going to lay this down. I'm going to lay them in a very particular order. I'm going to lay the coconut shell charcoal around the back end, and I'm going to lay the typical standard charcoal around the front. Now, this here is the other one, the cocoa barbecue, I'm sorry. And this is a pretty thick piece of charcoal, so this actually might outlast everything else that's on there. We'll see. So I'm going to put that there, and then as they start to catch and burn, I will spread them out. So this here is the Kingsford. Put that there, and we will take a Stubbs. And once again, I am recording with my cell phone. I will switch to a better camera. The camera I was going to use needs a new battery, so I apologize for this again. So here we go. So just to point out to everyone at home, this one here is the Shell coconut charcoal briquette. This here is the cocoa barbecue coconut shell barbecue briquette. This here is the Kingsford, and this here is the Stubbs. So we're going to light them. We're going to light it, watch it catch, and see which one goes. As I was saying, the fire starter, the tumbleweed fire starter, catches so easy. I really, really like it. I've never had once an issue with it, and I buy it in bulk a little bit so that I don't run out. So once we get these to catch, I'm doing this at about 7 o'clock in the morning because it's supposed to be a real scorcher here. It's going to be about it's going to be about 94 degrees today. So try to get out here early enough, and if I don't do it today, it's going to rain tomorrow. So try to get this done. So that bag took a little bit over a week to arrive. I don't know how we can see this, but this here comes in this nice little pouch. Apparently they have this pre-set up where each one of these bags is already pre-set up for a barbecue. So one of these bags is, by their standard, the manufacturers of this particular cocoa barbecue, one of these bags is already set up that's a barbecue, like a whole burn. Now, I've seen videos where they've had coals that were coconut shell. They were a bit of the hexagon shape, but after about 2 hours of cooking with it, they were still very much formed and hot and ready to burn for hours more to go. Just to give you a bit more of so what I'm going to do here excuse me, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to allow this to do its thing. I'm going to allow the coals to catch, and I will be back in a little bit once it's going underway, and we'll resume from there. All right.
A few moments later.
So it's been approximately, well, not approximately, it's been a little bit over a half hour. And as you can see here, try to get in close to Kingsford. Here is ashed over really well. And you can see the ash on it is caking up, which I really don't like. Whereas the stubs here is ashing also, but the ash just kind of, falls off it easily. Whereas the Kingsford just kind of cakes up and sits there, clumps. Back here we have the coconut shell briquette, which is ashed over, but it's not looking like the Kingsford at all. And then here we have this big guy, which is ashed over, but is outdoing everybody so far. So I'm going to continue to let this burn, and I'll be back in a little while.
Later.
Alright, so it's been about an hour, pretty much an hour, and the Kingsford is pretty much gone. Stubs is there. Kingsford is gone more than the stubs. This is the coconut bag, the co-shell, so that's pretty good. It falls away kind of like the stubs, and that's a little bit higher. So in terms of what charcoal is lasting the longest, Kingsford is in last place. Stubs is coming in second in comparison with the coconut shell, and then here we have the co-shell, and then here we have the cocoa barbecue, which is beating everybody by a country mile. And we'll check again in about another half hour.
More moments later.
Alright, and we're back, and it has been an hour and a half since we started this journey. Here, that's what's left of the Kingsford. I'm sorry, the sun glare is getting a little bit bright. That's a little bit what's left of the Kingsford. Kingsford is dust. Stubs still in it a little bit, stubs in it way more than Kingsford, but this is the co-shell. Co-shell's in it pretty good. That's not bad. And then coming up for the win is the cocoa barbecue, so it's looking pretty good. I'll be back within about another half hour to show you guys the update.
Much later.
Alright, again, sorry for the glare. It's getting to be sunny. Sun's heading up towards noon, so my backyard generally gets a little bright. But as you can see, there's nothing left of anybody else except the cocoa barbecue. The time has been roughly 2 hours and 40 minutes, and that's still holding there. So I think that's long enough to call it a definitive burn test to see which one the Kingsford gave out roughly after about an hour-ish. The stubs was closer to an hour and a half, and the co-shell around about an hour 45 minutes, a little bit less than the 2 hours this took. But this one here, this cocoa barbecue, that's still going a little bit. But now these are different coals than I wanted originally. I wanted ones that were in the shape of a hexagon, pentagon. They were a bit longer. They're generally about 4 inches long and about 2 inches thick, and I'm sure those would go for several hours, maybe about 4, 5-ish. And maybe once I get them in, they're on order from Thailand, so once I get them in, maybe I'll do another test and show you. But for right now, this is what I got, and that's not a bad test. Thanks for watching.